So lovely to see you. Okay. We're Blaggards from down the road. You know that.
We're on?
We're rolling.
We're on.
Heidi, you on?
I'm here.
There she is. Got the band back together. Is that what they say in Cleveland? Texas?
Cleveland, Texas.
Oh, that's the Blues Brothers thing, right? That's a Chicago thing? Alright, we're not going there. Sorry, Lorraine. Welcome, everybody. Let's slap some numbers on this baby.
This is episode number 212.
There we go.
Nice.
Good baby slapping number.
Yeah.
For those of you playing along, please don't slap your kids.
Yeah.
Well, depends.
Yeah.
Anyway, so welcome. Hey, before we get going, let's thank Nathan in Little
Yes.
Rock, Arkansas.
Cheers.
Nathan and
Thank
Stephanie
you.
for the coffee.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Jack, don't make that motion.
It's not what it looks like.
Here we're standing in Nexus. What was it called? What coffee shop called?
Nexus Coffee and Creative.
And very, very hip building.
Yeah.
Very, very, just good. We're standing in line. Nathan calls us out and goes, "Hey, your coffee's on me." And next thing you know, $30 later, and four coffees later. But no, he was insistent, and and we ended up talking to he and his lovely girl Stephanie, and we had a great time.
Yep.
So and he insists on it. So thank you for the coffee, and the coffee is decent too. If you ever find yourself in Riverside, Arkansas, Little Rock, you just go get yourself a coffee and tell him Nathan sent you.
Ask him if he has $3.
Yeah. Tell him
That's where it started. That's what he asked me at the beginning. He came up and he says, "Hey man, do you have $3 for gas?" And I go,
That's a good one.
and I went, "No."
I didn't hear that.
That's what he said. And I was like, "No." And then I went, "Are you buying?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I go, "For
okay.
real?" That's
So-
how that started. And I go, "Yeah." And then he's like, "All right, I'll buy everybody a coffee, but no food." And then I was like, "I'll take a coffee with 2 espresso shots." He's like, "Well, that's not a coffee." He goes, "Are you all gonna do that?" I go, "Yeah." I go, $3
I
for
tried to
gas.
warn him.
And then he was like, "Okay." It's cool.
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that was funny.
Well, it's thank you, Nathan. That was I didn't hear any of that. I was in the back.
Oh man,
I was in the smoking section.
that was super cool.
Yeah, man. So Hibernia. Any comments? Hibernia Tavern, Little Rock, Arkansas.
A song called Nancy Whiskey, and if you want to sing along, it's a very complicated song. It's whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, whiskey, 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 Nancy, oh. Huge lyrics, etc.
Terrific as usual. And I will say, as I told Heidi and Kevin last night after the show, that it was probably my favorite show we've ever played there, which is saying a lot because every show there has been great. But we, just us as a band, we're just in a really good place because we just coming off of having a really fun show the night before at Sherwood Campgrounds. And having brushed the dust off the night before that, Cotton Club in Houston, we're really kind of running on all cylinders now. So it was great to bring this lineup before one of the most appreciative and
Attentive.
giving audiences we've ever had consistently at any venue. I mean, it's a very unique place.
Yeah.
Jerry has built there.
Yeah, Jerry Ward. If you're when you're watching, you're going to be on here too. We're going to come introduce you to the gang here. So
Whether he likes it or not.
He's from Dundalk, so you can lure him on here with a bag of chips. So
What was the food you said to eat there?
curry and chips every
Curry and
time. Heidi,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm good.
What do you think?
Hibernia?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorite places now. It was last year too, but so different. Just the coolest crowd of people, and they're there to hear the music. It's not like you're in a pub and everybody's talking, or not that that's a problem either, but they're literally at the tables watching the stage and clapping, dancing, and at the end of the show they kept applauding, loud, cheering, applauding. It's just a cool feeling, and the people I met last year, there again this year, and they all remember you, say hi. It's just nice. It's a nice crowd and a nice pub. I love it there.
I thought it was funny too that the encore was slightly delayed. It was like they realized looked like they were waiting for a minute just to see if we were actually seriously stopping. But in my head, it was like they were all taking a vote. Like, do you want to hear another one? You want to hear another one? Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, let's get another one. Because then it took about 30 seconds, and then they all just erupted. Encore.
Yeah, and then just for a little extra context, so this is officially the first day of the tour, although, Sherwood, which again, thank you Trash Tribe for bringing us out.
Yeah.
Gorgeous night.
Oh, yeah.
And Julian, Scarlett, and Lee for getting rid of the t-shirts. Hopefully we're going to have some left for our friends in Florida.
Yeah.
We have the Nick Rocks in Birmingham, Alabama tonight.
Yep.
And you'll hear about that tomorrow, but that's okay. And then, but just some context. So we were in the road. Jerry Ward, the owner of the Hibernia, his sister is not doing well. She is in poor health in Dundalk in Ireland, and he just got back from there. And unfortunately for Jerry, he's going to have to go back again very soon. It just doesn't look like there's going to be, there's no way out of this one. So his sister Jean, we hope for the best, but he's not. But so we were not booked at the Hibernia because he was gone. And anyway, he was back in time, so it was a last minute thing. They did a no cover thing, and but he was even amazed at the turnout last night. Sunday night, 7 o'clock, Little Rock,
Packed.
Arkansas, packed to the gills. They ate, they drank, they sang, they laughed, and it was just on and on, just magnificent. And then Jim Doyle, of course, bringing us the wonderful, the best soda bread on the planet.
Yep.
So, everybody just so, and I heard people talking about SlapperCast last night.
Oh yeah. Hey. Oh, that was like a purring version.
Yeah, but I heard them talking about it last night, and they were talking about, which we'll get to in a minute, the killing of songs, which they were all. There was a discussion. They didn't see where I was because I was just like behind that.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was behind that doorway. I was just like my jeans had come up over my boots. And so I just sat there for a minute and just listened to the. It was really cool.
What were they saying?
It's just that they really like the killing songs.
That's cool.
They didn't say this, but I'm imagining that as the way the conversation went, it was one of those things where they're not killing a song. Just fuck that song, it's over. We're explaining why. And they just said it's really funny. So I love that part.
That's great.
And I love being the fly on the wall. In that, when you're my size, it's difficult to be a fly on the wall. It's more like a stain on a, on a warehouse or something. But anyway, so
What? A stain on a
fly on the wall, staring at the warehouse. It's very hard for me to be incognito. Basically, all I'm saying. So.
Okay.
I need more coffee, that's all. And so tonight we'll be, after Nick Rocks, we're going to be going to Gloria and Laura's house, who are my neighbors, my new neighbors now in Texas. They have a house, they've just built a house out here. We'll be staying there tonight.
Wow.
And we're going to be, we will not have them in time for the podcast. But I would highly suggest, if you're on any of our social media pages, go and check out the view that we will be sharing with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a sneak peek.
Yeah. So, just it's so thrilling. And then Tuesday, so tonight, your time, we're with the Muckers in Atlanta at Smith's, the world famous Smith rock and roll lounge.
Smith?
Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. Let me book them. I don't.
That's how they say it in Atlanta.
They just grunted twice in Atlanta for Smith. Yeah. But no, we haven't played with Muckers for a few years. We had a lot of fun with them the last time at Fido in Atlanta. This time we're playing Rock and Roll Club. So very, very cool. So what's next? What else? Anything else?
Well, we got a whole lot of Florida action this coming weekend.
Oh God.
Oh heck yeah.
The Continental Club too. Good God. What fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the only weird thing was they had a bunch of those Chinese balloons behind us, spying on us. I don't know if you saw that, but really, really fun. I mean, just so much fun at the it's always fun at the Continental, but that place is just it has a whole new vibe to it, and I don't mean the club. I mean the stage has a whole new vibe to it. Back in the day, I remember just going up there and I still sweat like a dog on the sweating like crazy, just year round on that stage. And I don't know, there's something happened to it. The room just seems to breathe more, and it seems to just be Luba's got the room sounding better than it ever has.
Yeah, no question.
And just every smile and everybody having a good time, and I as long as I live, I'll never be able to put into words how grateful I am for that club. That club has brought me so much joy and so many unforgettable nights.
So that's an employee and a performer.
Yeah. Yep. So Heidi, that was your first time on the Continental?
Yeah, first time at Continental. Yeah, I was looking forward to it.
I know.
I heard so much about it. It's really cool. The
Isn't that
whole
great?
area of Houston is
Yes.
Yeah.
interesting. A lot of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, the opening of the Continental Club was sort of the beginning, I guess it was several years before Midtown really started becoming what it is now. Because back in those days, the early 2000s, it was basically just a bunch of abandoned warehouse buildings and old storefront. It's clear that at some point in the past, I think, I don't know when, but they used to be kind of a bustling shopping area, like maybe back in the 50s or something. But I think because I know there was like abandoned movie theaters and stuff over on Fannin, but yeah, something started to change right around the time they were building that train, building the light rail down Main Street, which I was kind of worried about the Continental Club when they first did that, but they survived. I know it was rough for them at first.
Yeah.
Do you remember Pete ever talking about that, or?
Yes, that was basically it's like somebody cutting slashing your wrists and telling you go run a marathon. I mean, they're just they choked all those businesses to death, and it was the tenacity of Pete, the dazzling Pete Gray, Pete Gordon, Wet Dog, whatever you want to call him. It was his just like I say, his obviously his leadership, but his determination and his drive. The guy never stops.
Yeah. The guy never
stops working. He's just like God. I mean, he's cocaine in a puppy mill. He doesn't sprint to you, but he'll get to you and he'll fix everything that's wrong. The guy is just amazing. We've talked about him before many times. One of the greatest photographs I've seen of him, I'm going to say I have, but was he was playing piano for Chuck Berry, the Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
And Chuck Berry is just standing over there looking over and going, God damn it. It is the greatest. Whoever captured that photograph, hats off, because it was, but he plays with Mojo Nixon. He's played with a bunch of bands. He's Shoulder out of Austin, but he is he's probably got one of the best rock and roll pianists I've ever heard. And then I found out, he told me that he was his first teacher was Nils Lofgren of Bruce Springsteen fame. So guitar player for that was his. So of course you're going to have rock and roll in your DNA and your he's got he's brilliant. He's brilliant. So it was him that literally dragged that club through the mess.
They didn't know that the light rail was going to be built, right, when they first opened that place?
I don't think the light rail knew it was being built as it was being built.
Because it was because they opened, 2002?
Yeah, it was
Somewhere
around
there. And the light rail came along like just a couple years later.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was like, shit. But not that the light rail is not all bad, and they just, I think they should have made it an elevated line. I don't really understand why. I mean, I do understand why they chose to make it street level light rail.
Yeah.
Could have been a whole lot more convenient if they just elevated it. Whatever.
That's it.
So you sent us a link to the Rick Beato talking about the music
Yes.
exchange. What was it about that really grabbed you?
Yeah, so we've been talking about this, and this is the reason why I sent the article. The music industry has changed so much, and we know this just by CD sales. In the day, you would go to a festival or a club, and you would sell, on average, about 20, 30, at a club, about 20 CDs a night, or ish. And then festival, you could sell hundreds of CDs a day. Obviously, depending on the number of people through the gate, and how good your time slots are, and how well you play, blah, 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 on and on. So Rick Beato, whose channel is, I'm not on it, but it's somebody had showed me some of his clips or whatever, and I had seen this one clip in particular where he was talking about the industry and how it's so much different today. He owned a studio in Atlanta. He was in a band at first, and on went. That band kind of fell by the wayside, and he started. He opened up a studio in Atlanta, and he was talking about the point system, and that so the band would come in and they would have 200,000, or they would spend 200,000 ish on an album recording it, and then he would talk about the point system is the artist gets just 10, 12 points, whatever. I can't remember the numbers, but he would get numbers. He would get points from being in the studio, and if he helped write anything, he would get extra. But that all came out of the band's stuff. Yeah, it came out of the band's money.
Right.
So management, it's just insane. So you create this product, and right off the bat, there's 80%. There's some huge percentage knocked off that you got to pay studio, blah blah blah. Which I mean, if you're gonna get the record done, you're gonna. So, in essence, the huge amount of money for huge amount of money to record a record, and then on and on and on. Now, and then he would talk about the drop. What then the next tier of music would spend on albums in general, and now it's down to where the artists can do it all themselves.
Yeah,
we have a couple of artists that did that we've listened to, and the home recordings are just the number of people doing home recordings is just outrageous right now. And then people like our friend Paul Beebe of BB Gun Studios, which is now open again. He's relocated and he set it up, and the place looks amazing. Can't wait to get in there.
Cool.
But people like him who have actually they've toiled, and they've just built from the ground up, literally the ground up. They built these studios to that's the direction that things are going in now, and so people aren't going out and spending 200, 300,000. Sure, major artists are, but road bands like ourselves are not going in and spending $200,000, $300,000 on records when you can go into a BB Gun studio and have as high a quality as you're willing to put in to that. So it was actually his whole segment was less than I've just talked right now. So that's why he's on YouTube and I'm in a van. So but it's just really interesting, and we Blaggards have been speaking about the change in the music industry, and yes, we're going to record more very soon, but I don't know if we're going to do another CD for a long time, because the people going to the clubs aren't going there to buy CDs. They'll buy T-shirts, and again, thank you everybody for buying these shirts. Andrew Schramm knocked it out of the park. We'll show you the new T-shirt now, but But as far as CDs go, physical CDs, when we play the festivals, that's where you get rid of all your CDs.
Right.
They will buy everything, and they come to the festivals to buy, So,
yeah. Well, especially Hibernia, everybody there has our stuff already.
Oh, yeah.
So, but if we had a new one out, they would buy it for sure. Yeah, well, you and I were talking about this the other night, and I think that Rick Beato's really good. He talks about this all the time. That he's always trying to get his listeners to just be aware of the fact that how much things have changed. He was on the front lines. That's what you and I were talking about this on our show, Kevin.
Yep.
That you were one of the last bands to kind of experience a little bit of that artist development side of things, and that's basically the same thing Rick was saying, is that labels don't do that anymore now. It's all in our hands. But it's the thing I have to remind myself that I appreciate Rick Beato for pointing this out too, is that we really are, even though it feels fairly mature now the way that the industry is, it's not. We are very much still in the Wild West of the new world, which started around the time Napster came along, and we're still figuring shit out. There's another video I sent Patrick a few days ago where the guy is talking about how he's predicting that Spotify is going to fail because not just Spotify, but the entire streaming business model is it's on shaky ground. Basically, that they're not profitable businesses. They've really never been profitable. And not only do they not pay the musicians enough, but they're not making enough money to even, keep doing what they're doing. And it's just
CEO is.
Yeah, but it just seems like they're just kicking the can down the road. They've been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, it's going to fall apart. The prediction now is it's going to wind up being some kind of a decentralized system, kind of similar to blockchain technology, where the kind of like the internet itself, it's kind of a base service that everybody pays for that nobody really owns. Anyway, I don't really understand it enough to explain it, but
Well, that's the gist of it is that it's changed so much that the going to record the record and physical LPs, CDs, tapes, whatever it was, is now it would benefit you more to sell a 99-cent song on the internet versus $15-$20 CD in a shop where there's no cost for packaging and shipping and blah 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 blah. Everything's on you. It's instantaneous. You make the record, you put it online, people download it, boom, it's there. It's in their living, it's in their car, it's in their head.
Well, one of the things this guy pointed out in the video where he's talking about Spotify dying, as an example, he's a musician. He puts his own stuff out. He has for years. He's got a decent following. Don't remember his name, but
Sam, I know.
Yeah, okay. But he was just comparing, like, there's one album he put out fairly recently where he shows the streaming revenue from Spotify alone over the course of a year for like millions of plays, whatever it was, and it was like a few $100, whatever it was. I think he says then, but at the same time, I was selling the album to my fans on Bandcamp for $5 a piece, just the download, not even the CD. And he said I made this much, and he points at the numbers like $2,500, close to $3,000 in like a month or something. So obviously that's kind of it's very different. Obviously, if somebody plays your music continuously, they're constantly paying for it with a monthly subscription. It's not exactly the same thing, but the money trickles in so slowly. It's such a tiny percentage, as we know from our own experience. But anyway, that was one of the points he was trying to make, is that we've got to, it's important to kind of retain control of your own distribution channels.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and actually, so we are on our way back to Lake Worth. We'll be there this Thursday night, 2 days from now, your time. And I remember the first time we ever played there was thanks to our late great friend Davey Bryan, but we played at a place called the Bamboo Room.
Oh yeah.
And I remember the owner hired us off. He hired us because of our song on MySpace, Suspicious Minds, and he had laughed. I mean, rolled on the floor laughing when he heard it go into the reggae break, and he said, "I want that band at my club." And Davey goes, I happen to know who it is. And so we ended up playing there. We had a great night. But I remember him saying to me back then, Chad, Encyclopedia Smalley, what year was that?
That was
Come on.
with Buckley and Greg Main, so it would have been 2008.
See, look at that.
Yeah.
Check out the big brain on Brad. So thank you, Chad. So 2008, Bamboo Room, and the owner took me aside. He goes, who does your booking? I go, I do. He goes, who does your, the sketch? I go, I do. He goes, don't give that up. And I remember he like poked his finger in my chest and he said, don't, poking the cage. 2000 reference. 2000 reference. He was poking me and he goes, don't give that up. He goes, now you've come this far, don't start, now we have booking agents that we use, not exclusively, but each of them have been fantastic, bar the first one that we ever tried. But we, and that's just the side story on that too, is we came across this agent. I mean, that's such a nice thing to say about that piece of shit. But it's one of those things, you're kind of new and you just, you find yourself in this whole new world and you're literally standing there going, what now? So calling clubs and, hey, we got some songs, you want to hear them? They go, yeah, come on, come play them. And then, hey, that's not bad, do it again. So it was that kind of a situation. However, somebody had seen us play and said, man, I'll book you. This is what I have to offer. Okay, sounds good. And again, brand new. This was, within the first year of, I think it was within a year and a half of being, Blaggards being formed.
Actually drove out to be with her.
I was trying to.
Sorry.
But anyway, so long story, very, very short. It turned out that agent was trying to get their band, their another band, or that they were going to try to book.
That one.
Yeah.
We have two of these stories.
Yeah, and then try to get their band in, and basically just take our schedule and start charging us commission on all the shows that we had already booked on the thing. And that's the second one. Sorry, I know. I got them. Yeah, but same thing, exact same thing, and wanted a percentage of their merchandise without getting the merchandise, so
she wanted like a percentage of every cent that we make, even though it's stuff that she has nothing to do with. And she sent us that contract because we went out to meet with this person, and we're like, okay, I'll send you, I'll get the contract to you. And I got it, and I called Patrick, I was reading over, and I said, you're not going to believe this. We met at Starbucks, just looking over the contract and just laughing, like, she's insane.
Yeah.
And we just never called her. We never called her back, and I think she knew it was. It was just far.
Yeah. Well, the other one was the exact same thing. We had driven out again on a, to go out and meet, but it essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
And turned out the first one that had wanted, was in charge of these kiddie modeling things. These kiddie. What do they call when they dress their kids up like whores and have them dance and
like pageants?
Yes, like one of those pageant things. And then the other one was just had that significant other that was just a slouch in the corner. It was like, maybe if I get them working, I can get them off the couch and get them working, and by using Blaggards, I can have a whole trail of venues that are already established. And I remember one time that one of them trying to call the club, and I remember one of them trying to call the club and said that they were representing me, and I get a phone call from the owner going, who the fuck is that? I know I'm not dealing with anybody but you. Thank you. you know, it just so it's like anything else in it's like anything else in life. If you just don't know your surroundings, if you're not sure, you know, then you're in trouble. You have to know, you know, basically that they're out there. Because I don't have the nerve, I don't have the balls to call somebody up and say, hey, you've got all this. I want you to continue doing that, but I want you now to pay me a percentage. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this next song is called Chokovich. All right. So, so anyway, sorry, way off topic there. But those stories are oh my God. It's just hilarious.
Do you still have that contract?
I can probably find it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Just like he's looking back
Might be in my, I'm not sure. It might be in my email history.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, Chad's the hoarder of no. I mean, I'm not.
I never throw away anything that's business related.
Yeah, I know. It's quite wonderful. But yeah, those days, miss them.
Yeah. So song killings?
Is it? Are we killing something?
I think we are.
Oh my God, who's going first?
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Oh, whew. Check yes.
It's going to be an ode to, since you're talking about industry changing and so something's ending, something's starting. You know, I checking out online, you know, NoFX is doing their farewell tour, right? So we're talking about this with some friends of mine this last week, and someone brought up Cher and how she's done multiple farewell tours. And I thought, man, that's kind of bogus, because if you're a diehard fan of her and you think I'm going to spend all this money and go to this farewell tour, and then she does it again and again and again, I would almost feel like I got cheated, you know? So
well, you're wrong. If it's Cher, you're wrong.
Yeah.
If you're going against Cher, well, then you can share and share alike with your no.
I'm killing Cher song, so it doesn't matter which one. What? Do you like Cher?
I love Cher.
You do? I'm killing Cher song. If I can turn back time, I'm taking her May 1. Boom, done.
All right, what song? Which one?
If I can turn back time.
Oh, if I can, that's a good kill.
Yeah, no, taking it out.
All right.
So when we were talking about it at the lab, everybody's singing it. So for days,
Hey,
she's singing it.
Yeah, Cher. Yeah, it's me. No. Just listen. Just fuck Turbo. Okay, bye. Sorry.
So nothing against talent, but you know, down she goes.
But it's like Tom Brady. I'm retiring. No, I'm coming back. I'm retiring. No, I'm coming back.
He's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Tom Brady.
Boo on Tom Brady.
Hey, Tom Brady, fuck you. Yeah, fuck
But Tom Brady didn't go around tour making money and signing
Yes, he
autographs
did.
going, hey, I'm
Millions.
retiring, send me money.
Millions. Oh, yeah, I'll take another like 10 mil, sure. I'm not retiring yet, yeah.
He's worth it.
I'll fake that.
What I meant by retiring was...
Yeah.
I'm going to another team.
So, okay. So okay. Let's bring back a song. And do you hate the song because of the song, or do you hate the song because of it played to death?
It was one of those ones that just we couldn't stop singing at work. We couldn't stop doing these things. It was an earworm song, and then I was like, I have to kill this song. So
we call that a shearworm. CHEER. Shearworm. Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, perfect timing, because you're talking about farewell to old school way of doing things. So that'd be perfect to do it this week. So that's my kill song.
And what's so shine a little light.
You know, we stopped to get gas, and I want to resurrect the song Panic at the Disco. So kind of a newer song called High Hopes. And my son
sing a bit. How's it go?
I don't sing, dude. Gotta have high hopes for a minute. I don't know.
I like that version. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. But that's the song. And
Is that like...
that was me getting the boss back
Is it a take on that like school song? Gotta have high hopes.
No, maybe. I don't know.
I like that one.
But that's my song. My kid loves it. We listen to it all the time.
I gotta listen to it.
Yeah, it's good. The thing I like about that band is they're kind of a little more poppy, a little emo, but he sings in a higher register all the time. And I like that. He kind of just stays up. I was telling Chad that he stays up, and I like that when the vocals get high like that. So that's my song, Resurrect.
Okay, I gotta look it up.
All right.
Who's
up?
All right, we'll stay at the front then. So the song I'm going to resurrect. Oh, he's going backwards. Not even resurrect. It's just it's one of those songs that it can bring back. It's very nostalgic, but it's one of those songs that I didn't really care for at the time. But once I spent some time in the vicinity of the song it was written about, I understood it a little bit more, and I liked it more. And I've just found myself kind of humming that tune over and over again the last few weeks. And I just think it's a beautifully written song, and I think it's I just hope one day he makes a little bit of money off it. But it's Billy Joel's, or Billy Joel, depending where you're from. Billy Joel's New York State of Mind. What the fuck? I mean, it's such a crooner's paradise. It's such a, but to me, the song reeks of authenticity because of the obviously where he's from, and it's a time that, to me, it's a timeless piece. The melody never gets old. It's beautifully done, and not a huge Billy Joel fan, but that's a great song. And then Song to Kill. Oh, where to begin? Did we ever kill 7 Nights in Ireland by Rectus Kelly?
I don't think so.
All right, we're about to today. Band called Rectus Kelly, great band. We used to actually cover one of their songs, Crazy 80s Last Hurrah. And some people called it Jody because the chorus was never getting over Jody. Anyway, but the song is clever. The song is well put together. But our love for O'Bannon's has us in O'Bannon's quite a lot throughout the year and over the years. And that song gets played a lot, and it becomes one of those kind of bone on bone grinding your nerves. It's just one. It's never goes anywhere, and it's like I say, it's well done, and it's a catchy song. People love it, and it's clever. The lyrics are good, but I don't want to fucking hear it again.
What's the title of it again?
7 Nights in Ireland.
7 Nights.
You've heard it.
Yeah.
It's the one that.
It sounds like it sounds like a Steve Earle song on 33. Like if somebody slowed down a Steve Earle song and then took out a hook. Well, there is a hook.
Because that is one of the most often requested songs. People who know the kind of music we play are like, "So Nights in Ireland, you know that one, right?" No. And that's been going on for decades. So I'd heard people request that song for years before I actually figured out what it was. That I've been hearing it at O'Bannon's the whole time. It's like, oh, that's what that is. And it is. It's funny to me that song is so popular because it's not bad, but it's just like it's not really that interesting either to me. It's like kind of boring.
And they've got songs that are so much better.
Yeah, like Crazy 80.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's mine. All right, next.
Heidi?
Well, I'm gonna kill Devil Stands For.
Oh.
Good kill. By
You
who?
sound surprised. You know what? I can't remember who it's by.
Flock and Molly.
Killing me, dude.
Should've known.
You're killing me.
No, I had to play that every night with Sea Merchants, and at first I liked it. The crowd reaction was always funny. But yeah.
So were you playing the penny whistle line or fiddle? Yeah.
Yeah. So just.
That's a good kill.
Fair cup. What's next?
Huh?
What's your resurrection?
Well, I'm gonna. She doesn't need shining light on. She's all over the news right now, but I really admire Pink. Not that I love all her songs,
Turbo's nodding.
but
I love Pink.
the thought she puts into her songs and why they're written, like the reason she chooses the lyrics she does. She's just a very honest, very genuine person, but also as an artist, it's kind of dance poppy but rocky too. production is pretty badass. Her pipes, badass. So I don't love every song because it's not usually a style I'm drawn to, but there are several songs that I do really like. But I mostly admire the thought she puts into her songs, the reasons she writes them, and yeah, she's very honest about life and everything she goes through and everything she manages all at once. I really dig it.
Yeah, I do get that. Is she the one who sings that? There's one song where part of the chorus is "I've had a shit day,
Yeah,
you've had a shit day, we've had a shit day."
Yeah.
What's the name of that song?
That
Shit
one.
day.
You would think. Shit
No, I
day.
can't remember which one is that, but yes. Yeah, her new
It's one of her big hits, I think.
yeah, her new stuff is pretty cool. But
Nice. That's my favorite one you've done.
I really like her. She's
Huge
one of
big
my
fan.
favorites.
Cool.
Yeah.
She has that one video way back in the day where she did the one-handed backflip. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I gotta
She
try to do that.
flies
I couldn't do
all
that.
over the stadium, like
Yeah. Oh,
she's
like
doing
Peter
this
Pan.
aerial. Yeah. There's a video, or it might be in her documentary that's on Netflix or Prime right now. She's got a couple that are fun to watch, but there's a clip of where something went wrong with the harness and she got like thrown off the stage during the show, and it's like, oh my god. But
my God,
I mean,
shit.
she's just very daring. There's nothing she won't try. There's nothing she won't do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Would you mind Manny?
I'm better at this part.
Here, I'll do it.
Okay. So I'm going to do one of my things where I kill a song by a band I really love because it's overplayed. And call attention to one that's you might not know. Crowded House. You know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do, right? This was actually there's a first big hit. It's the whole reason why I got into it in the first place. Like a lot of people my age, I think. Their first big single was "Don't Dream It's Over," and I love the song, and I used to play it. That's why I bought their first album. It's a good song. The video for it was really cool, but it is to this day like the only Crowded House song you hear on the radio, at least recently anyway. They had one of their later albums called Woodface had a lot of big hits on it, but that was bigger I think in the UK than it was here. But anyway. There's another song on that first album of theirs called "Can't Carry On," and that song always jumps out at me because it was one that was not on when I first bought it on LP. There were two or three songs that weren't on there that were on the CD version. So it was almost like it felt like a bonus track because it wasn't the version that I owned didn't have this song, and it's just "Can't Carry On" is this delightfully cheesy song. Again, very radio friendly, but you never hear it on the radio. If you don't own the album, you probably have never heard it. And it's just great. And there's this line, Turbo, that you would relate to, where you would appreciate what he's saying in the bridge. He goes, "Well, honestly, I want to free myself from the burden of inaction.
Oh.
Honestly, I want to raise myself to any plane I can imagine." He sings that twice, and then the chord, there's a key change at the end for the chorus, for the last chorus. It's just an incredibly soaring thing. But the thing that made me and my friend Dwight, who were big fans of the band, laugh at the time was when we sing in that last chorus, he goes, "Can't carry on this way before it gets too late." And then he goes, "Shut!" This is weird sort of 80s thing that a lot of bands would do this, like, "Shut!" Like, I can't, I'm trying to think of an example of this before. There are a lot of bands that did
Do it again.
like Big Country.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was totally. It was almost like they sampled Big Country.
You're welcome.
And it just sounded so out of character for Crowded House that it was just, it's like. But I love it. I love every bit of cheesiness in that too. So, anyway, so that's that.
Oh, I'm downloading that.
Did you kill one too?
Yeah, don't dream it's over. That's where I was going.
Nice.
Yeah. And we are now heading towards Memphis now that we've killed. So we can't get arrested in Memphis for saying anything we killed in Arkansas, right? And we're going to be at the Nick Rocks tonight. Looking forward to that. And I think the new Shram design, our new Paddy's Day t-shirt is online right about now. if you feel so inclined, I would urge you to go to our website, blaggards.com, and go get yourself, I think, the finest looking Paddy's Day shirt I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's been Andrew Schramm, who did the pirate, the pirate, you know, the knife through it. It's just he came out of retirement to do this for us.
Yeah.
And he's as great an artist as there is on the planet. End of story. He's a gentleman. He's his wife Emily. They're some of our favorite people. Not even because of that, but it's just it's. I told him what I wanted, and he sent back like 4 or 5 different designs, actually 6 designs of what he thought, and we all picked the same one, and I think you'll love it. It's and Andrew, we're huge fans, and we can't. We got some stuff in the mail to you when we get back from Florida. So, and then I'm sure you all know this, but so tonight we're in Atlanta. Then Thursday we're at Irish Brigade in Lake Worth. Friday, Saturday, Celtic Conch, Key West. Sunday, Celtic Ray, Punta Gorda, which Max has just outdone himself in that place. You still have time to grab a flight, meet us there. Let's go. Let's go do it. Oh, that's a good song to kill. Key Largo. Ooh, I want to go. Fuck that song. God damn it. Oh, I hate that.
I know that.
Kokomo.
Yeah. Kokomo, there you go.
Yeah.
Fuck that song.
Yeah.
Even Brian Wilson knows that song sucks, and he didn't, because he didn't write it. That's what he had nothing to do with that song.
Yeah.
That's what happens with Brian Wilson.
Well, you know
leads the
what?
Beach Boys.
If you're alive in the time that song was on the radio, you should be ashamed. So, everybody, it's awful.
That's what happens. That's what happens when the Beach Boys is totally under Mike Love's control. There's terrible songs like that.
Yeah. Oh, and then also I saw a few friends of mine. They're bitching about Roger Waters remaking remaking that Pink Floyd record. You didn't hear about that?
No. What's he doing?
Oh my God! So it's the anniversary. I think it's the anniversary, like a major. I'm not a huge Pink Floyd fan, as you can tell, but it's the anniversary of Dark Side, and Roger Waters recorded it on his own, got his own people in, and all the Pink Floyd fans are just up in arms because the audacity of him, redoing that record, and So again, I have no.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
I have no beef with that. Yeah, but it's he's managed to piss off a whole fucking world of people.
Well, still, it's not like he's erasing the original.
Yeah, again, like I was gonna say I wish I knew more, but I really don't give a fuck either way.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't give a fuck about Pink Floyd or Roger Waters or if there's that much turmoil and you can't fix it, well then just go your own way, as my friends in Fleetwood Mac would say.
He was in the news recently because he pissed off a bunch of people, as he's done before. But
it's always
different reasons.
Yeah.
Well, he's because he's so anti-war. He didn't like the fact that we were giving weapons, or aiding the Ukrainians against the Russians, just because any kind of instrument war was like, yeah, but they have to be able to defend themselves. He just wants them to roll over and surrender, just so less people die. And it's like, you don't get to make that decision for them. We're not going to do it either. But anyway,
that's why you ain't in charge, man.
Yeah.
Well, again, we don't even dip a toe into that side of the thing. But again, if your neighbor's house is on fire, you don't help your neighbor put out your fire. Your house might burn down. That's where I'm going to say.
I'm cool with him, though. I mean, it's like I respect his opinion. I just disagree with him. So.
Yeah, fucking. I understand that. I don't want my kids going to fight. No, fucking. No way. And especially going to fight. But if you're a cocksucker like Putin and you're trying to take something that's not yours, you do need to go. You do need a good fucking slap. Oh, not this kind of slap.
But plus, too, if we stop giving them weapons, the Ukrainians aren't just going to, well, I guess we'll surrender now.
Yeah. Well, again, just, go to Ireland and watch how they...
Exactly.
Watch how they defend their land,
Yeah.
So they're to be commended. They did not give up, and then onward.
Yeah.
But we're gonna fight a whole different kind of war tonight. We're gonna fight against pre-recorded music and music stands and and agents that want 50% of your shit without doing anything. Anyway,
Yes.
No, but we're again, Patreon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody at Trash Tribe, everybody in Houston, Continental Club, everybody in Little Rock, Arkansas. Just all thanks. Just that's all we've talked about. That's all we've talked about. The whole trip is just how gracious and wonderful everybody is, and we're just obviously we can't do this without you. I just Paddy's Day at O'Bannon's, which you need to go watch that episode with Chris Steele.
Yeah.
It's only 2 back, but yeah, go watch that and listen to the master.
Yep.
But this 2023 Paddy's Day, Friday, March 17th, at O'Bannon's, is going to be. It's going to be the biggest I think that we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's going to be massive. So
I agree.
Heck yeah.
yeah,
And those shirts are awesome.
they are. Aren't
Yeah.
they?
We're getting awesome feedback. People just love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So everybody else good? Is that it?
Yeah. I think that's the show.
Is it time now for road rage and
All right.
Speed up time.
yeah? Let's go. Yes.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. Let's hit it.
right,
Thank
kids.
you for listening. Thank you for watching. Blaggards.com. Get yourselves a Paddy's Day shirt.
Yeah.
Say no to drunk driving.
Tune in next week when we'll still be on the road.
Yeah.
All right.
Indeed. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Some like the fishing, others like the firing. We like a little bit of Irish rock and roll on a Sunday morning. And I like sleeping in my Molly's chambers. I like Hibernia, I like Little Rock, I love all of you. But I really like some fiddle on a Sunday